I guess it's not the right time. I guess Amazon. I'm here to give you guys a movie review. A movie review that I have not really got really much got not really much into it, but even though it was definitely it's a really good film, it really is. And so the base of the film is called Dragon Ball. I think it's called Dragon Ball Super or Superhero or Superheroes, something like that. So yeah, so what are my thoughts and my overall opinions about based on this movie? Based on this movie. Now I'm gonna start with the animation and stuff like that, and you'll get into why some people may think that it's not really all that great and stuff like that. In terms of some other YouTubers, basically, I'm not gonna name any names or anything like that, but even though I'm just gonna leave it to them, that's their opinions and stuff like that. So I'm not criticizing anyone. So I just want you guys to understand it. But one thing I really loved about this film is, like I said before, it's the animation based in this film. And to be honest with you, with the CGI based in this movie, I think that's one of the reasons why people are just not liking the movie. I like it. I think it's really good. It looks really nice. I think they did such a great job. I think Toei owns Dragon Ball. I do, if I'm not correct, I think they do own Toei. Not own Toei. I mean, I think Dragon Ball was owned by Toei. I think so. That's what I'm thinking. So because I think Toei really did a really great job with this movie, and I'm just absolutely just impressed. Really, very impressed with this movie, and just especially the CGI basically in the film. It looks like it's like you basically see the same standards as you basically see from Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball GT. I know Dragon Ball GT was quite a difference right from back in there that time. I see most episodes of all the episodes I have not seen really all that much. But but like I said before, based with this Dragon Ball superheroes, whatever you want to call it, it's a really impressive film. And just like I said, basically, yeah, some people may not even like it because due to all the CGI. The CGI. I mean, even though I could be right, I could be wrong, but I do understand some people may not even like it because maybe because they're not used to seeing this kind of a good animation basically in this movie. Like I said before, I thought it was good. It was really good. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it and stuff like that. But and I mean, I just don't think it really actually is. One thing I do definitely do want to get into some of the fights basically in this movie. I do believe that some of the fights based in this movie, it was okay. I felt like some of the fights were kind of rushed a little bit. That's what I kind of feel like. That's basically I kind of feel what that's basically what it's just seems to me and stuff like that. And then you basically have these new characters basically, which I will get into here in a second. But even though like I said, I just think that the whole fight scenes and stuff like that, it feels like to me it's a little bit rushed. That's what I feel like. That's what I basically I feel like stuff. Because I wasn't expecting just like bam a fight just like that. Usually they would just talk and stuff like that, and how they're gonna save the world and stuff like that, blah blah blah, all that other stuff. Now let's talk about the characters. First, I want to I want to talk about uh, Goku and Vegeta, and also Broly, also well too. He's also in this film, but he does not play a major role basically in this film because he's really not a major character basically in Dragon Ball. I definitely do think he is. I could be right. I could be wrong. I don't know. That's something you guys have to tell me and stuff like that. And technically, to be honest with you, I mean, Broly's okay. I mean, he's okay. I mean, he's not really one of my favorites. But even though I like the younger Broly, I like the younger Broly based in this film because he looks he looks more appropriate to me based in this movie, and especially the other Broly in the other films with when Goku went up to the Saiyan Broly or something like that. With him, I mean that Broly was okay. It's not really my cup of tea. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but I definitely do. But I definitely don't mind. But it's good, decent film. I have to rewatch the film all over again if I ever do get a chance. But it's really good. It's really good. Now let's talk about Goku and Vegeta, which I said I was. But anyways, so basically Goku and Vegeta, they basically just practice with each other, doing sparring matches and stuff like that. especially just having like their own time, basically just doing sparring, just basically doing sparring. One thing I don't mean to spoil this, but one thing is that it feels to me that Goku and Vegeta were just. It doesn't look like it's a real brawl or anything like that. It really don't look like it really actually is. But even though it's just, I just look at it as it's just basically a sparring match. That's what it basically what it seems. And you could just tell like Vegeta say like, "Oh, I took down Goku and I took him down." But and that's what basically it seems to me. One thing I do want to say also will say too, because no offense, I'm just gonna say this right now. It feels to me that some of the characters basically in this movie with Goku and Vegeta, they sound kind of old. That's what they sound like. They sound kind of old. I don't know if you guys may notice that because you've listened to what they're talking. They don't sound like they're younger. Like back then. Basically the actors and stuff like that. Because I feel like they sound kind of old. I'm not saying very very old, like 50 years or 60 years old. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but that's just my opinion. Just based on what I definitely do think and stuff like that. But they really improve on basically what this, which I thought it was good, which I thought it was great. It was good. It was great. And just seeing Vegeta selling, he celebrates it like, oh, I defeated Goku, I defeated Goku. But I don't see Vegeta betraying Goku. I just don't see that really happening. Even though he's married, has kids and stuff like that. Now, also, I definitely want to talk about also with uh, Trunks and Gotenks. I do believe that's his name, Gotenks. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy. They're not kids anymore, but they look like they're teenagers now. And I was going, wow, okay, they really have grown up really a lot. And that's something I really enjoy. Is just not seeing so much of basically between Trunks and Goten and stuff like that. One thing I definitely want to complain because I feel like we need to get them more spotlights in other decent movies because the reason I'm saying that because I really want to see them basically in more decent movies or maybe in decent series and stuff like that. Because I feel like Trunks and Gotenks are just not really getting that treatment because that's what I believe and stuff like that. But even though it was showed up basically in this movie, was it good enough? In a way, yes, I thought it was good enough. I thought it was good enough, but the transformation it was kind of off right there. That's something I don't understand or something, or maybe they have not been practicing, their fusions and stuff. So yeah. Now I've also want to talk about these two new androids, which is called Android. I think it's called Gamma number one and Gamma number two. I think that's what they're called. I think that's what they're called. So basically, before I get on with the characters, it was just basically that there's this kid. He's kind of considered himself like an evil boy genius or something like that, and he basically got out of school, and so he has this rich guy, which is basically like wants to help him out and say like, and basically just and say like we can rule the world and stuff like that, and this evil organization. You just have this guy. This guy's like short. I'm not talking about the kid. I'm not talking about the kid. I'm talking about this guy. This guy like he smokes cigars and stuff like that, and he's a short kind of guy, but he doesn't look like he's a really actually a major villain. Like he just doesn't look like he really actually is. That's just basically it feels to me. One thing I love about Gamma Two, actually, Gamma One and Gamma Two, it feels to me they are strong, but they don't feel like they really are that strong enough. That's what it basically it feels. Basically, what it basically feels to me. But they did give a good average fight between Piccolo and Gohan and stuff like that. And I will get into Pan just to here in a few minutes. I definitely do want to talk about her. But the thing is about based with this movie is that between Gohan and Piccolo. But don't get me wrong about this. One thing I definitely want to say this also too, because it seems to me that Gohan may have learned a new transformation or something like that. It looks to me that he has like gray hair and he has like electricity through his body and stuff like that. And you could just tell how destructive, how powerful he really actually is. He looks basically kind of like Goku, basically Ultra Instinct, and that's what it feels to me. That's what it feels to me because I wasn't 100% sure if Gohan was really actually doing Ultra Instinct. But the one thing is that what that really triggered Gohan really the most is basically that. Just remember, like during the time that he went up against Cell, went up against Cell one time. Therefore, he couldn't figure out his true power. But even though even Goku thought about what's his true power, you could just tell like this is like when he sees something bad what's going on, bam, he snaps. He gets very powerful. He gets very powerful. He gets very strong. It's just that he like what he's basically like saying, and he's saying in his mind. He says, I feel like I'm going to snap. I feel my mind is slipping away, and the reason why seeing that is that he does not know how to control his power, even though he does practice how to know to control his power. I really would love to see a sparring match between Goku and Gohan. I really would love to see that because I think Gohan is far more superior than Goku. That's just my belief. That's just based on what I definitely do think. And so, I mean that could be possible. Now, I definitely do want to talk about the Oswald to Piccolo. Piccolo kind of interested me basically the most. But one thing I did not like about Piccolo's character basically in this movie, because it kind of portrays to me that this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to bash anyone or anything like that. But one thing is that basically what Piccolo is that it seems like he has moment like as moment for the Dragon Balls. But even though Piccolo was asking for a power up or something like that, I can't remember what's the name of the power up. But I really did like his new character change and his new body, his new skin color and stuff like that. He basically looks like a orange kind of dude, and he looks kind of tall too, and he looks like very strong, and you can tell his eyes are like red. Wow, I was going wow, and because I was not expecting to see, Piccolo to be this powerful and stuff. One thing I also liked about this film because when like remember like during the back of the time where people used to call him King Piccolo because Piccolo did not like to be called King because even though that was his old self from a long time ago when Goku and Piccolo became friends. I can't remember how they became friends. I can't really remember. So yeah. But even though I like Piccolo, I really do like. But even though just like I said, I just did not like the fact that he has to have the Dragon Balls and ask Shimron, excuse me, ask Shimron to give him a power boost. I mean, it is what it is what it is. But even though I definitely do like Piccolo really a lot. I really do. He's one of my favorite characters, along with Trunks. Trunks is one of my all-time favorites. One of my number one favorites. I love Trunks really so much. And now let's get talking about Pan. Pan. Oh my goodness. Uh, Piccolo was training Pan and training her how to fight and stuff like that and and stuff even though she does not really does not know how to fly or anything like that even though she's tried to one thing it seems to be I'm not saying it's missing or anything like that but it's just it feels that it's just not right just to give Pan some powers or something like that or so she could be basically be the same or something like that but even though she does do really a lot of an impact, and she really does. Even though she did appear in Dragon Ball GT, which was okay, and stuff like that. But I would love to see more Pam basically in more future series or something like that, or maybe movies, just to see her amp up a little bit more and just basically her powers. But I'm not really so sure if she really does have that same blood into her I really don't know or not. I really don't know. So I'm just gonna have to wait and see like what they're gonna do with Pan. But even though with Pan, I think they did a really great job. Not really much complaints, but still basically to me, yeah. So if I had to rate this film, I'm gonna have to rate it 8.5. I thought it was a good film. I thought it was very good. There's just some little adjustments that I just didn't agree on. Even though that's just basically my opinion. So I'm not trying to criticize the film or anything like that. I'm not trying to criticize anyone, but even though, like I said before, I'm just basically just giving out my own opinions. That's all I'm just giving. So yeah, so yeah. Anyways, I don't know if you guys agree with anything or not. I ask you guys please be very respectful in the comments. So I just ask you guys please, and because these are just my opinions. If there's something that you guys disagree with me about, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll just be civil. Just like I said, just please be respectful. I'm not demanding respect. I'm doing this because I don't want to I don't want to get in trouble because of YouTube reasons and stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, anyways, that's it uh, for this review. Like I said, 8.5. I think it's pretty decent to me, but some of you guys may disagree. But yeah, anyways, this is Undernex. I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day. Uh, don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, and please hit the notification bell on small so letting you guys watch my videos. And please leave a comment below. I love you guys. Take care. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember Jesus. I love you guys. Take care. Love you guys. Take care.